On the night train from Kiev to Lviv, it was strangely quiet, as if the train was gliding through the darkness rather than riding the rails. The conductor, Olena, had worked this route for 7 years and knew every sound by heart: the creak of doors, the hum of the wheels, the passengers snoring. But that night something felt wrong. There were only 5 people in car number 7, even though 6 tickets had been sold in the system. She checked the seats one by one until she reached number 36. A man sat by the window wearing a black coat with the hood pulled up. His face was almost invisible, only a pale chin showing. Dark gloves covered his hands even though it was the middle of summer. He silently handed her the ticket. The paper felt cold and slightly damp, as if it had just come out of a refrigerator. Olena punched it automatically and said, "Good night," but there was no response. Not even the sound of breathing. When she walked away, chills ran down her spine. An hour later she walked through the car again. Seat 36 was empty. The cushion was perfectly flat, as if no one had ever sat there. Only the restroom door at the end of the car was locked, and the light underneath was on. She knocked. Silence. She knocked harder. No answer. Anxiety rising, she opened it with her service key. No one was inside. But on the floor stood a small black suitcase, and near the drain there was a thin dark streak that looked like dried blood. The train supervisor helped her move the suitcase to the staff compartment. They counted the passengers again, 5. The 6th simply didn't exist. Yet the system showed an active ticket paid in cash with no documents. They opened the suitcase. Inside was an old push-button phone without a SIM card, a folding knife, a change of clothes, and a yellowed newspaper clipping. The headline screamed, "Serial attacker escapes psychiatric hospital." The photo showed the same man in the black coat. The same empty eyes. The article was dated 5 years ago. Olena felt her throat go dry. She clearly remembered his hand, the ticket, the gloves. The police met the train at the next station. Officers searched the entire train but found no one. Then they checked the surveillance cameras. And that's when it became truly terrifying. On the footage, Olena stops at seat 36. In front of her is an empty seat. She looks down as if someone is sitting there, reaches forward, and takes a ticket out of thin air. Smiles. Says something. Punches it. Nothing else. No one there. The officer silently turned off the recording and asked if she felt okay. But Olena knew she hadn't imagined it. She remembered the smell of his clothes, the cold paper, the heavy stare. When the train arrived in Lviv, the suitcase was taken as evidence, and she was told to rest. The next night she returned to work. The same route. The same car. She tried to convince herself it was just exhaustion. But while checking tickets, her heart suddenly tightened. On seat 36 lay a ticket again. Neatly placed. No name. No passport number. Paid in cash. And on the floor beside it stood the same black suitcase the police had taken the night before. The restroom door slowly creaked open by itself, even though there was no draft. And then she heard a quiet whisper right behind her ear. "Good night."